Campgrounds again at Big South Fork. Camp A16 this time. A lot of times we have A15. This is probably the second or third time here we've had A16. Looks like we're fixing to ride out a little afternoon pop-up storm. Just got here earlier today. I haven't really done a whole lot yet, just set up our camp. We did some of our usuals. We went out and to the Oscar Blevins farm and went and looked for our friend Barnyard Kitty.
We got scared. We thought maybe something had happened to Barnyard Kitty. Yes. Oh, hello, big guy. Oh, listen to you. You're awful friendly for an outdoor kitty. Yeah. Oh, he's pawing Karl. Hello, Barnyard Kitty. Hello. You are the cleanest thing. Now tick on you. Ooh, you are. Well, I would shed too. It's hotter than you know whaty, huh? Hello, Barnyard Kitty. Ooh, he's a shedding Karl.
We missed him last year. We were out here and didn't see him, but the year before I think was the last time we did see him. So it was good to see him again, play with him for a little bit. And we went down to Leatherwood Ford and checked out the Big South Fork River, which looks very low. Had a pretty good time down there. Probably going to use that as a base for a hike either tomorrow or Saturday. Right now we're probably just going to hang around camp. And we were out gathering firewood right before all the thunder and lightning came in. So I'll show you around camp real quick. Oops, sorry about that. Turn this guy around. And there's Ruthie reading a book. And we took her car this time. She insisted there'd be a little more room for packing and make it easier for me than the Jeep. All our little camp kitchen stuff and firewood that we've collected so far. Put it underneath the tarp just because we worked pretty hard at finding dry wood, and now it's fixing to rain. So anyhow, that's it for us at the moment. We did get in trouble for leaving a water cooler out while we strolled down to see Barnyard Kitty. We've never had that before. They did put new bear boxes in at every site, so that's a nice improvement. And that's where they put our water cooler. So that's about it for right now. Nothing special for dinner tonight. Being 4th of July and all, we're just going to do hamburgers and hot dogs, just regular cookout food. And I've got some other stuff that I want to film later for the other 2 nights' meals. But for right now, I think I'm going to try to gather a little bit more firewood while it's still dry and before the rain comes in. So we'll check in a little bit later. Morning. We got pretty lucky last night. It thundered for quite a while. Darkened up a few times, but never did rain. So we left out there. Didn't do a whole lot. We were pretty tired from setting up camp and traveling to get here and all. So we made plans for the rest of our weekend. I think today we're going to hike along the Big South Fork River, out past the O&W Bridge, and my wife wants to see Devil's Den, so we're going to head out to that way. We've been out to the bridge once before, but they've redone the bridge, resurfaced it, dug up all the old, tore up all the old boards and replanked it and everything. So we haven't been out there since then. I'd like to see that part. And Devil's Den is only another half-mile beyond that, so we're going to check that out. Last night we just did a simple meal. We cooked up some hamburgers, hot dogs, and a can of baked beans.
Karl won't take away from our Social Security or anything. We're not making that payroll. So that's just you found money. But should we seriously, you think we should give some cancer? Or we could do something like that? Oh, sorry.
Really fancy, just good old 4th of July barbecue food. We did that and spent the rest of the evening just kind of lounging around, staring into the fire, and just relaxing around camp. We're fixing to do our breakfast now, but just wanted to check in real quick and yeah. So we'll after breakfast we'll get our day going, and I do want to film the hike out to Tawadaju Bridge, and then tomorrow's hike out at the Middle Creek area, which is a new one for us. We haven't been out to that one yet. So stick around. Well, it's our last night here at Bandy Campgrounds for this trip. Probably won't come back this year. We sometimes get out here, twice a year. Earlier in the summer or late spring, and usually we trip in the fall, and we're still talking about coming to Big South Fork in the fall, but maybe making it more up on the Kentucky side and going to the Blue Heron side and exploring something new this year. But we haven't really made up our mind what we're going to do for this fall yet. Today was a pretty good day. We hiked the Middle Creek Loop Trail. That was new for us. A lot of rock houses. Probably 2.5 out of the 3.5 miles of the trail was all along the gorge wall, in and out of rock houses, a couple little bitty creek crossings, and it was really nice. It was I spent a lot of time under the canopy of trees, so we weren't in a lot of direct sunlight. Really had a good time there. Although it didn't take much time to do, we did the whole thing, even stop and look at stuff in 2.5 hours. So we got back to camp maybe a little bit earlier this afternoon than initially planning on. But that too is okay. My wife was a little sore from yesterday's hike on top of today's hike, so lounging for a little while was good for her. Gave me a chance to recharge the battery in the laptop and some of the cameras. get all the film footage and stuff off of them for this trip. Tonight I'm going to probably film it also, but we're probably going to do an earlier dinner tonight, and nothing terribly fancy, just the chicken and pasta with some herb seasoning and stuff that I found from 50 Campfires website, I think it was. Anyhow, it sounded good. Thought it'd be easy enough so we're going to give that a try tonight. And I don't think get the recap yesterday any. I intended on it, but by the time we got done with dinner and got the dishes washed, I barely got a fire built, and then started raining. Pretty good too, really. So we quickly cleaned up all our messes and went in the tent, and then just fell asleep. Yesterday we did. Sorry, I have to think about what we did yesterday. We we hiked back out to the O&W bridge. Had a good time doing that. They redid the bridge, and that was kind of nice to see. We decided we were going to try to hike up to Devil's Den. A lot of the guidebooks that we have are probably 20 years old now. A lot of them, at least first edition books, were done in the mid-90s, and a couple of editions later as early as the early aughts. So either way, we've got some pretty old information on it. But we went looking for Devil's Den, which is supposed to be, just 0.6 miles additional past the O&W bridge, and we probably hiked every bit of that. I'm thinking we got as far as the little creek that created the waterfall that was supposed to be just before the Devil's Den area. But either way, we didn't cross the creek. It was not quite knee deep, but it was pretty deep, and it didn't have a very solid bottom. It looked like a sand and silt bottom, so my wife didn't feel comfortable at all crossing that creek, and we just kind of called it quits. It's right there at it. It would have been cool to have seen it, but at the same time, it wasn't anything we were expecting to do anyhow. It just, we were in the area, and why not was kind of the attitude we had. So, but we didn't. Trying to think, what else did we do yesterday? After that, we came back, kind of milled around camp a little bit, made dinner, jollof chicken. That was really, really good. We'll be looking for a video for that coming up. And that was pretty much it for yesterday. This afternoon, we went back out and went to the East Rim Overlook. We drove out to that. I took some video of it. I'm going to try to put it maybe in the upper corner over here. But when playing some of it back, I was playing with some camera settings earlier in the day, taking things off of all the automatic settings, and I might have it overexposed. If I can't correct that with software, then I won't put it up there. But anyhow, I had a couple good shots of that. And then we also did a hike from the East Rim Loop Trailhead to a different overlook, which really just overlooks the Leatherwood Ford Bridge. The neat thing about that is there's no way to see that view unless you hike it. There's nothing to drive to. There's no. It's just a small overlook, but it's just kind of neat. So we did that this afternoon also, and then drove back out to the Blevins farm, mostly to say goodbye to our little friend Barnyard Kitty. We're going to be packing up in the morning, and usually don't make it back out there on our out time. So my wife wanted to say goodbye to him. He's a cute little feller, pretty personable. So that's pretty much it for our day. It's it's been a good outing. Pretty warm, really. It was high 80s and low 90s for most of our time out here. Summer, Tennessee summer, humidity, so it was kind of miserable, sweaty, but still we had a good time, made a good bit out of it, so it was enjoyable. So, want to thank you for a checking in on this video and any of the accompanying videos that come with this one. Should be 4, I'm thinking. 2 hiking videos and 2 cooking videos. So for following along with this camping outing, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.